Alright, let's turn this around. In order, just don't know if people are getting on. For a minute. Welcome, this is a live stream. This is the Roadside Rescue YouTube channel. And this video will be published after the live stream's over. We're going to wait for a few people to get on, probably answer a few questions. So just check the description. Welcome to the first person on the live stream. Just doing the intro for the video, so look in the description for what time the actual working on this vehicle starts. For the first few minutes, we'll just be talking to people who are on, answering questions, and yeah, so when it actually starts, look for that time in the description.
Martin says greetings from Denmark.
Hey Martin, nice to have you here.
Just talk right here.
Sure, yeah, I'll take the camera. My wife's out here helping. Roll Tide. We got a Bama fan. I'm a BYU fan. I don't think we get to play them this year. I think they're on schedule next year, and but we are playing today. So go Bama. I have nothing against them, but I'm from Tennessee, so a lot of people where I'm from don't like them. Albuquerque, New Mexico. War Eagle. Hey Tyler from Texas. Pennsylvania. Holland, awesome. Chocolate Operator. Yeah, one of my best supporters. Thanks, Chocolate Operator, for being here. Hey Hector, you leave a lot of awesome comments. I try and answer all the members' comments for sure. Hector, I noticed you asked last night what I was doing for school. Oh, Jakarta, Indonesia, cool. Kentucky. I used to live in Glasgow, close to Bowling Green. There's a lot of people. I'll try and say hey to everybody. Hey Peter, Jay. But Hector, to answer your question, I'm studying at BYU out here in Provo, Utah, Wildlife and Wildlands Conservation. But I may get a degree in automotive something as well. I was doing that, but I switched schools and they don't have a program here. DC, Jorge, hey, how's it going? Oso Aguilar, how are you? Bowling Green, awesome, Alec. Yeah, I've been there quite a few times. Okay, we got 45 people on. Yeah, I'll just talk for a minute and we'll start here in just a few minutes. I was trying to do this earlier and I'm like, nobody's on, and it was unlisted. It was a private video, so I was like, oops. So we're here now. So Martaz asked if I watch other car mechanics or associate with them. I used to watch a lot of people like Chris Fix and Scotty Kilmer. I like Cletus McFarland. I appreciate all of those guys, but I just don't have too much time to watch a ton of car YouTube videos nowadays. So I don't watch too many people. Maybe Cletus McFarland. Broncos against the Chiefs tomorrow. Nice. I'm a Titans fan. I'm from Tennessee. South Main Auto. I've seen a few of South Main Auto's videos. Yeah, Binks. You gotta love Cletus. Yeah, one day maybe I'll make it on the Cletus McFarland YouTube channel. That's my goal. So somebody's name isn't Tyler. Let me see here if I can pull up all these. Yeah, my name's not Tyler. I'm in Tyler. Oh, you're in Tyler, Texas. Sorry about that. Artsy dude. Yeah, it's time for the Scotty Kilmer. Rev up your engines. Cool. Chiefs, you're from Kansas City, Missouri. Big John. Awesome. Yeah, I've driven through there quite a few times. We drive home quite a few, and we always go through Kansas City. Almost always. Okay. So today, Jason asked what we're working on. This is my wife's CRV. I'll go through it here in just a moment. I saw some problems with it the other day that we're going to try and diagnose. So Los Angeles, hey Billy, how's it going? Once I get started in a minute, there's so many awesome comments, I won't be able to see them all. My wife's going to be behind the camera, so thanks for commenting. Beef with Chris Fix and Scotty a while back. I did see a little bit about that. I think it was Scotty Kilmer just trying to get more views. Thanks, Big John. I enjoy your support. Let's see, if anybody has any questions, send them in the chat real quick and we'll get started in about 1 minute. Ever been to the UK? I have not been to the UK. I used to live in Argentina, so I've been through South America, just Argentina. But not the UK yet. I want to visit Europe one day. Yep. Yeah, the B20 CRVs, they get robbed a lot. This one's, I've got some plans for it, but it's a good engine. Chevy or Ford? I'd say Chevy off the cuff, but I'm not like a diehard fan of either. I do wheel bearings as a mobile mechanic, Jorge. Some of the Preston ones I haven't been dealing with for a while. I used to have a nice press kit, but I got rid of that. I may pick one up again and get back into Preston bearings. My least favorite car to mess with. I've messed with a few like Mercedes and stuff I don't really like. Volkswagens have a lot of plastic I don't like working on. What's wrong with the car? That's a great question. We'll get into it. Let me turn this camera around and hand this to my wife and we'll get into what's going on here. And we've got 71 people, so thanks everybody for watching. Let me turn this around. Okay, here we are. So the other day, and I know there's going to be a lot of comments. Again, my wife's on the camera now, so I can't see them since she has the screen pointed towards herself. So she'll let me know if anything's super interesting, but we'll get into this.
Brian wants to know what your dream tool is.
What's my dream tool? I don't know if I have a dream tool. I have a lot of tools, and I'm pretty. Every time I get a new tool, I'm equally as excited with a small little 1/4-inch drive wrench as I am with like a Milwaukee Impact or something. Any new little tool is just exciting. So I don't know if I have a dream tool. Maybe a bigger truck or another truck. I don't know. Okay, so we were driving this CRV the other day. Since it's back on the road now, you can take a look here. I'm assuming most people have seen this series where we kind of put it back here. It was crashed on this side. I painted this quarter panel. There was a lot of stuff bent up here, so we've been on the road testing it, and we were stopped. We might have been at a drive-thru at McDonald's or something, since most of you guys know Matt. He loves McDonald's. He loves French fries. But we went to McDonald's or somewhere. It was overheating when I was sitting still. Not overheating bad, but just getting warm. And I thought, yeah, I know what that is. It's probably a cooling fan. So I hopped out and popped the hood and looked. And if you want to look over here, it was this cooling fan wasn't turning on. So there's two cooling fans. I'm going to turn the car on real quick and show you what I saw. And then we'll get into diagnosing it here. French fries at the time. Okay, so that's AC on full blast. You can go back just a little if you want. That's AC on full blast, so both those fans should be on. It's relatively warm because I've run it a little bit. And this fan doesn't come on. So one of those is an AC fan, one of those is a cooling fan. They're labeled. Once it gets warm, both of them would kick on regardless, but when you turn it on AC full blast, it'll typically turn on both fans. And again, I did this test in the drive-thru when it was getting warm, and this fan wasn't on. So we're going to check out what's going on with this fan. That's what's going on with the CRV today. There's a few other quirks and a few things we've got left to do, like replace the windshield, and the power steering has a slight leak, but I think it's just a hose I may have already found down below when I looked at it the other day. So just a few more things, and this thing's back in tip-top shape. But we're going to go ahead and diagnose this fan here real quick, and we'll hop up in the truck and grab some tools. Yeah, and I know there's probably a lot of comments now. If you have like a particular question that you really want me to answer, just hang around at the end. I'll answer some questions after we're done. This shouldn't be too long of a diagnosis, which is why I chose it for this first live stream. Yeah, I like to reuse these gloves. They're super thick, and someone sent them to me, and I don't know who sent them to me because there wasn't a note with them, so thanks to whoever sent them, especially if you're watching now. Okay, so I've got a few tools already picked out here. This is pretty much all we'll need to diagnose it. Right here at my feet, so we'll take these over there and we'll figure out exactly what's going on. Okay. All right, so here's the connector for this fan. Let me go ahead and pull it open. Screwdriver out of my pocket. Let's get that up there. There it is. Okay, so here's this connector. It's really just a simple system. It's got a power and a ground here. I'm going to give power to one of these, ground to the other. I might even switch them. But you know, just being an electric motor with 2 prongs, even if I plug it up backwards, it should just spin backwards. But what I've got here, if we zoom out just a little, is this jump box to provide 12 volts of power, and I've got these little alligator clips that I'll connect to each one of those prongs. If these were long enough, I would just touch them to the battery. I don't think they're long enough, so I've got that jump box just in case. But if you take the connector here, all we got to do is put one of these alligator clips on one of those prongs, the other alligator clip on the other, make sure that they're connected on there, and then I'm going to take this jump box, turn it on. Let me see if this will actually reach the battery. Maybe, yeah, without unplugging, we'll just do this. This one's super close. Okay, so this is on positive, and this one's touching ground. So that's sending power straight to that fan. If you look at that fan now, down there, or at least hear it, you can hear that it's not spinning. You can come off that a little bit. And I'll go ahead and just switch these just to be sure. This is a for sure source of power here. This battery's good. So, and we're touching there, and that fan's still off. And here's the fan here. So we were touching there on that battery, and nothing on this fan. So what I'm going to do now is, since we gave that power on both sides, I'm going to go ahead and actually test that plug coming from the vehicle, this other end of the plug here, and make sure that we're getting voltage here when it's supposed to be getting voltage, because sometimes they'll have relays on this half of the wiring, and so you'll think it's the fan just because it's not working, and in reality there's a relay. That's not really the case now anymore, because I just tested that motor and it's not working. So but just to be sure, I'm going to test to make sure that it is getting power when it's supposed to, and we've got the test light, the multimeter for that. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up. I'll start the vehicle. If you can't hear me while it's running, then we'll just show the screen this, and I'll turn it off and talk about what just happened. So there's that multimeter. Get this out of the way. I'll go ahead and start the car real quick. Make sure you can see that multimeter there.
Well, that's something donated by.
Well, that's something. Okay. Let me just turn the car off real quick. Okay, just in case you couldn't hear me while that was running, you can look at me real quick. You can scoot back just a little. That way you can see me in the car. Well, that's something. Thank you for your donation. I really appreciate it. And that was, well, that's something YouTube channel, I guess, is the name of it. So when we had that running, if you could see on the multimeter there, I just, rather than talk over that engine, I went ahead and turned it off. You can see 14 volts when I plugged this into that connector here, and I just plugged it in just like this, touching both sides where those prongs would touch, and it showed 14 volts, which meant it was sending power to that fan, and it's just not working. So there's 2 possibilities, and one of them is very unlikely that it's wiring issue, especially since if you want to come here and look how short this wire is.
Big John B said I'm doing a great job on camera.
Thanks, Big John B. My wife appreciates that. I think she was a little nervous. Here, if you want to come look at this real quick. The wiring is this long, so from this hand to this hand, if you can see here, and we're kind of tucked in the engine bay, so it's a little hard to see. There's really not any problems I see with the wiring. It's not impossible that it's a wiring problem, but the wiring is going to come with a new fan regardless. So we're going to go ahead and plan on just getting a new fan for that, since that's a pretty solid diagnosis. So that's a diagnosis well done. Thanks for watching the Roadside Rescue YouTube channel. We'll see you on the next episode, and stick around, ask any questions if you have them. I'm going to pack this up, and then I'll grab the phone back from my wife, and we'll chit chat for a minute, since there's so many awesome supporters out here. To pack this up, if you want to follow me up here, we just throw you in the truck. I'm just going to set these here later. I'll just go in through the front. And
Mike says, tell him Scotty Kilmore shouted him out.
Scotty Kilmer shouted me out?
That's what he said.
Or okay, I'll have to check that out, because Scotty Kilmer's, most people don't like him. I think Scotty Kilmer's awesome. He's just very dramatic, but he's definitely helped a lot of people out, just like Chris Vick. So Okay, I'll take this. And let me know down below again, maybe clarify. Scotty Kilmer.
I think someone else donated to you.
Scotty Kilmer shouted me out. Okay, and if somebody else donated, thank you so much. I'll check that real quick. Let me turn this around. All right, phone's in the way. Let me plug this phone back up. I moved my Wi-Fi router outside so I could have good internet out here while I was working. Okay. Yeah, somebody else definitely donated. Let me see who that was. Yeah, thanks, Chocolate Operator. My wife was doing a great job. Oh yeah, Jorge Castellanos. My catchphrase stuck with you. Take out the trash and say that's a job well done. Yeah, thanks, Jorge, and thank you for your donation. I really appreciate that. Let me see. So Hector wants to know what I use to keep cool. Yeah, tough to say. It's like in the winter I'm hot. In the winter I'm cold. In the summer I'm hot. It's not. There's no really trick to it. It's just be hot and be cold. I layer up in the winter and try and drink a lot of water and provide some sort of shade if I can in the summer. But yeah, when it's hot, it's hot. Okay. Does anybody have any? Okay. Let me see if I can keep this chat pulled up. Okay. Oh yeah, so somebody asked what year CRV this was. Sorry, I disconnected. It's a 1999 CRV. I've got to get up. I'll be right back. So pause your questions if you have them for just a moment while I set this up, and I'll just come sit right here. All right, there we go. I'll be right back. Okay, I've got a stool. So somebody asked, this is a 1999 CRV. It has 217,000 miles. So quite a few people are like, why'd you get it? It's got a B20 engine, so I've got some fun ideas for it. But if it ever goes kaput, I'll probably rebuild it. And somebody asked as well, what happened to the fan that I had from Milwaukee. I have it up in the truck. It's really nice weather out, so I haven't been using it too lately. So, thanks. Hey, from Michigan, Jeep Thing. Thanks for joining. We'll go probably like 5-6 more minutes of this if we got some good questions, and then I'll probably call it good on this video. Mamod. Hey, Mamod, how's it going? There you go. Thanks for joining. What do you charge for control arm replacement jobs? It's a 94 Chevy 1500, 500,000 miles, impressive. What's up to everybody? A control arm, a lower control arm, something like simple. My typical call, it's like $60 just to go out and diagnose something and fix something quick. On top of that, I'd probably charge an additional like $40 to replace a control arm if it's pretty simple, which typically they are, a couple of bolts. So probably around $100, $120 in town. Thanks, Hager Vids. Nice to see you here. Thanks for the support. So Jay, it's okay if you're late. You can watch the video. We diagnosed my wife's CRV. It had a fan that wasn't coming on. It was overheating, and we diagnosed it as a bad fan. Where did I get the fan? So I got that Milwaukee fan. You can order them online. There's a link in the description. I'll go grab it real quick since somebody wanted to see it. Yeah, this is one of my favorite tools. Here's the fan. Oh, thank you, Jay. I really appreciate that, Jay. Thank you so much for your donation. So here's the fan. It just goes up, powers off a Milwaukee battery, and it keeps me pretty cool in the summer. I even use it inside my truck because there is like a fan mounted up there, but it really doesn't do much. I put this up on the dash and use this in the summer since I don't have AC when I'm driving. What do I think about Volkswagens, Tony? Some of them are super cool. They're not my favorite to work on just from all the plastic they use. And my best friend, his wife was driving a Volkswagen. I had to fix it so many times for him over the past couple of years. One time it caught on fire. One of the coil packs caught on fire on top of the engine. So they're pretty interesting vehicles, but they're cool. I can't like discriminate against many cars. I don't have many cool cars. So if somebody is like, hey, here's a cool Volkswagen, I would never turn that down. I'd drive it. So thanks, Mamon. Thanks for the sub. Yeah, $60 for call out. Levi is pretty cheap. It's just what I do. It makes sense to me. So thanks, Hector. Hey, Norway. Yeah, I'm super lucky I don't have to work with rusty cars. Oh, wow. Obaka 1967. Thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. The favorite part about my job, Nathan, I just like working on cars. I've always worked on them. It was my dad's hobby. We would work on cars every day after he got home from work, like every day, because he would make money doing it back when you could flip cars and make pretty good money. And I was pretty rough on my mom as a kid, so every day I was out working with my dad on cars, and I've been doing it since I was like 6, 7, 8, pretty much every day. Mamad, awesome. It's probably because I speak a little bit of Spanish, so when I see a name I don't know, I just pronounce it as if it were Spanish. Let me see, somebody asked a question here. John HVAC, I didn't see your other question, so I don't get very offended, so I wouldn't have been offended. Hagervids, when am I coming to Massachusetts? I don't know, I want to visit in the Northeast. I was watching some videos of like those people eating big old lobsters and stuff, and I've never tried them. I'm like, man, I want to visit the Northeast and eat some seafood. So Del Sol's job, and this guy had a really nice house, and I told him I liked working on cars, and he's like, hey, come look at this, and he showed me like this pristine condition Del Sol in his garage. That's the only experience I have with Del Sols. It was pretty cool. Which I don't know why the Del Sol of all cars he decided to collect, but it was cool. Rear main seal on a Chevy Tahoe, it's gonna be several $100s if they're gonna have to pull that transmission. So I charge $60 for diagnostic. Somebody asked that. These are going by fast. Yeah, so many tools are dad's hand-me-downs. Yeah. You should get 12 volt AC from Prius wire in the box truck. Not a bad idea. Thanks, Mamod. You're the best, Mamod. In automotive experience, growing up working on cars. Yeah, Owl Ride Squad says come to Massachusetts. Maybe. I like to play disc golf, and there's a lot of good courses up there too. So maybe one day, maybe I'll get up to Massachusetts. Hector, where do I get the price for what I work on? The best thing to do, especially for anybody who doesn't have like all data, is to just Google like 2002 will typically pay between $567 and $780 or whatever, and you can, you know, get a good idea from that. So, where are you at, Ubaka? Maybe I'll go there. Yeah, sorry, mine's lagging a lot. It's probably. Yeah, I think it's my Wi-Fi. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm going to see if we have anything running in the house. I can turn off real quick, but we'll chat for a couple more minutes. My little boy's about to come out. He just got up from his nap, so he wants to say hey to everybody. Yeah, hopefully it works a little better now. It may be better. I have really fast internet that I just upgraded to, so I don't know if my cell signal would be much better. Yeah, I need a mobile technician to fix the internet. Yeah, right on, Huggers. Okay, yeah, we'll wait for my little guy to get out. Sorry, there were some questions I was trying to answer, and I was stressed about that coming back on. I'll keep coming back on, reconnecting if I have to, until, you know, we say goodbye. I'm not just going to drop out on you unless for some reason it kicks me off. So I'll try and reconnect a few more times, and we'll wait on Mac to get out here. Sorry, if I was in the middle of answering somebody's question, I'm sorry. Oh, somebody asked what my favorite vehicle was. I like International Scouts. That may be one of my favorite vehicles. Thanks, Big John. How do I organize bolts when doing bigger jobs? That's a great question. This company sent me some organized. Hey, Bug, can you guys turn off all the internet for just a minute? Like, unplug the Alexa and everything, please. And turn off the computer, maybe. And turn off the computer and unplug the Alexas. Yeah, Hector, just charge the low end of that. You'll be fine. There's the little guy. I think they were trying to upload something inside, so they're going to turn off the Wi-Fi inside real quick. So hopefully it doesn't lag too much more. We'll be on for a few more minutes. Hey, they say, how are you? How are you? He just woke up, so he's really tired. Normally he's chit-chatting like you see in the videos. Say hi. Can you say, oh, you want to show him your shirt? Look at your shirt. It's a Roadside rescue shirt. They say, hey, buddy, how's it going? Tired? Sleepy boy? Yeah, tired boy. Nice shirt. French fry man. You like French fries? Yeah, that's a French fry eating boy. Yep, can you say Roadside Rescue? Do you want to say it? Yeah, so somebody asked again if I watch other automotive YouTubers. Not a whole lot, but I'm pretty familiar with most of them. But I just don't have too much time. I'm in school full time, running this business and trying to do YouTube. So can I work on a BMW X5? I'm sure I could work on anything.